Now everybody scream enough respect to the X. Enough respect given.
So, Surface Duo. Finally, we have Android 11. So let's go over some of the changes that I found. A lot of people have already seen videos where they've gone over some of the changes there already. But, you know, this is what I've seen in my personal experience so far. So let's see what we have. Here's the Duo, of course. Let's see. The first thing that we'll see when we open up the device is the messages here are a lot bigger. They take up the whole screen. Before it was more narrow, but now it's a lot more bold. You can see everything. Now you also notice that on Android 11 here, you have all of your little buttons on this side. Before, if I remember correctly, you had the flashlight on this side here. Now they have the flashlight, the camera, and the lock all on one screen. I guess so that when you have it closed, it doesn't change the way you do everything in the one-handed mode. You'll have all of your buttons here. It doesn't need to move anything around. When it's opened, this here is just extra real estate for you to have. Not really anything going on this screen here. When you touch the flashlight, it does turn on. When you touch the camera here, it does jump right into the camera. If you have more than one camera, you can actually decide which camera you want to open up. It does give you the option there, so that's good. Now from here you have your lock screen. That will bring up the keypad. Is now transparent. Before this was like green, if I remember correctly. It's a nice transparent keyboard now, so that just looks nice. Let's turn it back on, and now you have your fingerprint. Let's go back to the main screen. Now, one of the first things that I did when I got this update was check the Messenger bubbles. As you can see, Messenger is no longer a bubble. It's just a little square tab that just lives on the side of your device. This is good because on Android 10 on the Duo, the tab, or the bubble as it was forced to stay on this side. It could go from here to this side of the screen, but it wasn't able to go on this side of the screen. So they fixed that. You can put it wherever you want along the side of any screen. And when you open up your conversation, you're now actually able to go in there and like the messages. Now, before in Android 10, when you did this, you could bring up the like and thumbs up, but when you pressed it, nothing would happen. Now on Android 11, for the most part, it works. But I did find one bug. You know, there's always bugs. When it's on this screen, it behaves like you did on Android 10. On this screen, for whatever reason, you aren't able to like or love or laugh at the conversation going on in Messenger. It just won't let you do it. I don't know why. But on this screen, you can like and love to your heart's content. Now, what I also found with Messenger, when you go into the full conversation here, like, let's do this. See? When I try to like, let's hold on any of the conversation bubbles to bring up the like, love options, it resets itself. It crashes and comes up. It won't let me do it. See? I don't know why that is. Like, they fixed one problem and got another. Because on Android 10, you weren't able to like in the bubbles. This wouldn't work at all. You weren't able to bring it up. You weren't able to like or dislike if it was in this bubble conversation view, but you were able to like and dislike if it was in the full screen view. On Android 11, they fixed a few things with Messenger. You can move it to whatever side, which is great. You're able to like and dislike in the bubble view, which I think is great for most people because that's how most people interact with Messenger. But on the off chance that you want to just go into the app, it's not working. No. You are not going to be able to let those in the conversation know you're feeling towards whatever message they sent. So, one step forward, two steps back type thing with Messenger and Android 11 on the Surface Duo. Now, the other thing that I made sure to check, because like I said, these are things that I use very often, was with Spotify. Let's go over here and just pull up the app. Now, this is one of my main music players, and on Android 10, there's something that I found that was very bothersome. When you were to play let's just turn it down a bit. When you were to play a song that had some kind of animation on it, it would know what to do. It would go big, go small, go big, go small. Here, you get your picture. And that is to assume that there's no animation on this song. But what I found was, to fix that issue, what Microsoft did, and I'll use my Z3 here to show you. To fix it, Microsoft didn't actually fix it. What they did was simply got rid of the animation for the song. All you get is the static image. Because if you see here, let's just open this up a little bigger so you guys can see it. It is the same song. Bury a friend, bury a friend. This one has animation going on it. This one does not. This is whatever that's called, static image animation. And just to show that it's not just between those, let's go into this phone as well. Let's just bring up my iPhone just for the fun of it. And note, when you have all the devices going side by side, everything but the Duo is playing the animation for the song, even when you put it in full screen. Now all this is not to say that the Android 11 update for Duo isn't a good update. That was two of the things I found that I personally use that still had bugs. Can you work around them? Yes. But they're there. So I just wanted to point that out, that yes, bugs still persist in this update. And it's things that I feel Microsoft should have been able to fix a long time ago, and they simply have not. Now, another thing that I found here, when you go into your camera app, so I have my pictures here. Let's just go into a picture. When you go to edit it, it goes into Google Edit, which is odd because right here, they do have the actual edit option. where you edit in OneDrive and you get the the full screen with all of the sliders and all of that. See, you can change the size, the adjustment, the filter, all of those things. The issue is though, you can't get to this screen from the camera. It doesn't really make much sense on the Duo 2. When you go to edit, if I remember correctly, this is where you end up. On the Duo 1, you end up in Google Edit. And I don't think there's an option to just switch from Google Edit to this when you try to edit directly from the camera app. You actually have to take your picture, close out the camera, or, being that it's a Duo, open up the camera edit as a separate app, and then edit it here if this is more to your liking, as opposed to what Google has as their option, which to me isn't that great in comparison. At least it doesn't look as nice. You do have your options and all of that. It just looks better, feels better. Microsoft has a good thing going here. I don't know why they won't link their camera app to their image editing app. To me, it makes sense, but they didn't do it. Also with Android 11, something good that I did find is you're now able to have any app open in the expand mode. For example, Outlook. Full screen as soon as you open the app. You can go into any email you may have, scroll through it here while still viewing your other emails here. Great little option to have, and you can do it with any app at all, any app you want. I don't know if I have it with OneNote. Probably should. No, I don't have it with OneNote. Yeah, I probably should do it with OneNote. So being that I should, let me show you how to do it. Being that it's an option that I actually want. You go into your settings here. You go into your apps. Where is it? Yeah, span apps automatically. There it is. And you go in here. Please note it doesn't align right, so that's something else that they didn't do. These words here, they appear over the toggle, which is not something that should happen. Anyway, you scroll down through your app list. I have a few. Let's just go right to O, and I want OneNote to open in span mode whenever I open the app. I simply switch the toggle, close this out, go into my folder, open up OneNote, and now I get here OneNote is spanned automatically. You can change this in settings. That means that every time I open OneNote, it will open in this dual screen setup. Here I'll have the title. Here I'll have what I was actually trying to write down. Very good option to have. I'm glad Microsoft did add that to it. Being able to open in a span mode, it saves time. And if you're someone who time is money, the getting to your stuff faster and quicker is always a plus. Settings. First thing you'll notice when you pull down the settings is it's now a huge window. On Windows 10, it was a very narrow shade that came down. Now the shade spans almost your entire screen. Also, you have these nice little toggles here to make it easier to adjust the volume and the brightness and everything else. Now the transition during the adjusting the brightness isn't as smooth as one would like. It is a little choppy when you do it, but it works. The volume slider also a little choppy when you move it around. I don't know if that's because the phone is constantly doing stuff in the background. I don't know, but it is something too that to me should be addressed. Now all of the little toggles that used to live up here, they do still, and now you simply have to scroll through to get to all of them. You can still edit what is up there. You can pull all from down here and put them in that little slider that I just showed you. Like if these aren't something that you use on the regular, the rest of your options live right here. They added a few animations. It's easier to see what the messages are in the slider because it just covers so much more space. And as always, if it's something you don't want, you can always slide it over, get to your options, and it just works well. It's very easy to view, and I am happy that they did adjust that. Now, they still haven't allowed you to actually use the phone itself while the slider is down. Would you want to? Sometimes, yeah, because sometimes you're doing something in here and you don't necessarily want it to go away. Like if I was trying to answer a message, and while doing that, I want to just switch over here, I can't. The message I was trying to answer in the shade goes away. I actually have to go into the app, look through the device to get whatever answer I want for the message. I can't do it in the shade. To me, that should be an option. It's not, but at least the shade itself is more accessible. Yeah, so this video is ongoing. So I'm at work and I noticed another change that Android 11 has done to the Duo. So I'm working on my Duo, getting some little things done, and I want to take a screenshot of what's going on. And when I go to take said screenshot, I do what I always do, and I press on the power button here. You hold the button, and the screenshot option should come up here, right at the side. No, now it offers the, what I call the Android 11 Smart Home menu, where everything you are connected to pops up and you have quick access to it. So what they did now, as I remember from Android 11 on my Razr phone, is they have it in here. Quick screenshot, boom. And there goes your screen. And if you look at it, it is a screenshot of just the singular page. I'm not exactly sure if you can take a screenshot of the entire page via that method. But if I do this now, let's scroll all of this away. Maybe if I can just hold my phone in such a way that I can grab these two buttons here. Just trying to do it on its side. This method, pressing down and power, is it down power? Still yields the full screen. And you can share and edit and all of that. And you know, from here, you can go into, if you follow my vids, go into screenshot crop, and you're able to select what side of the screen you actually want to save, if not both. So just wanted to add that to this video that I'm making. They did change how you do screenshots. It's now easier to do a shot of a single screen as opposed to having to do both screens and edit it after the fact. Now, a few little things that I also found here. The Surface headphones app is now simply called Surface. I have read that with some of the apps that have been updated, the Surface Buds no longer say the phone that they're attached to. Fortunately, that hasn't happened to me, but I do know that's something that has happened based on Reddit and all of that. So I don't know if it's going to eventually trickle down to all of the devices. I don't see why it would now, being that it did update the app, but I guess we'll see. It's nice when it says "Welcome to your Surface Duo." No, you feel special to know that that your Surface Buds know that they are connected to the unique device that is the Duo, and they let you know you have a unique device. Now, with Android 11, they've changed some features of the UI. Now, when you press the volume rocker here, you get this nice slider. They seem to do that a lot. A lot of them now, there's the nice little slides, like when I showed you here in the hold down shade. You have these sliders up here to adjust the lighting and the volume of the device. And when you press the volume, again you have the slider here. It's just easier to see and grab with your finger or your pen. It's still the same up here to go from the volume and all of that. Here, it does bring up the old media sliders. Now, I thought they would have changed these to be more in line with these guys, but I guess they didn't see a need for it. It would be nice to be more unified throughout the entire updated OS. Now, one of the things that did change here, and not for the best, is the One Edge Screen app that I use to be able to jump from app to app easily. This one, Edge Screen. The Edge Screen now shows the apps kinda tiled together like this. Before, each app was separated. Now, because of the update, I don't know why it did it like this. I don't particularly like it. With HBO Max, there was a bug when you flipped the show. Let's just bring it over here. For some reason, it refused to play right side up. That's now fixed. Before, this would be upside down. You had to play it like this to actually watch it on HBO Max. Now, with the update, it knows which way you are trying to view it, trying to watch it, and it adjusts itself accordingly. That was only an issue with HBO Max for me, so I'm glad that has worked itself out. So far as the Android 11 UI, I do like the way it responds now. Before, with going into apps and having to expand and close them and things like that, you get a lot of touches of things wouldn't respond how they should. But now things seem to be working better in that respect. Not as many ghost touches from your finger or your pen. When you interact with a button, it reacts how it is intended most of the time. So I do see where Android 11 did fix a lot of those issues. It's still not perfect, but that's to be expected. And that's not necessarily a good thing, but that's just the way the Duo has been. It's not a perfect device, but it works if you learn the intricacies of it and learn how to make it work for you. with that said, going through Android 11 on the Surface Duo 1,